It is Monday.
Previously on the Real Milk Chocolate.
And I'm on the groceries on my way home. And I got me some boneless, skinless, free range thighs. I got me some quinoa and brown rice with garlic. I love this. And of course I just got me some rice because I'm so missing the whole curry chicken and rice and jerk chicken and rice from Jamaica. But
on today's episode of The Real Milk Chocolate, air fryer curry chicken and cornmeal dumplings.
I just cleaned my boneless, skinless thighs, and of course I seasoned with curry, sesame, thyme, garlic powder, onion powder, and I put my ceramic or my dish in my air fryer. Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna take that juice right there, like that right there. Put a little in there. Then we're gonna pop this in my air fryer for the first like 25 minutes. And then we're gonna check it and flip it and let it go. Top this off with some paprika. And that's that. Let's put her in. $360 for 25 minutes. Look at that. Yeah, brother. Oh, so I'm sure they're not done, but while I turn those, I'm gonna get some hot water ready to boil. I'm gonna make dumplings. Look at that. Yeah, brother. So go ahead and flip that. I normally like to leave my crunchy part on top, but I want these to go through. Oh, look at my gravy I'm gonna have at the bottom. Yeah, brother. Alright, so put that back on for another 15 minutes. Like I said, I'm gonna make some dumplings. Due to the static from my charger, I decided to do a voiceover. The first thing in preparing for my dumplings, I made sure my hands were clean. Then I grabbed my flour and cornmeal. Next, I grab a half a cup measuring cup, if I could find it. I make sure all my utensils are nice and clean. So when I was in Jamaica, I was not able to mix the dumplings because I had fingernails on. And at this point, I'm showing you guys that my nails were removed. And I had just watched a YouTube video and decided, hey, what goes best with curry chicken than dumplings? So, of course, I got my flour. I'm going to do 1 loose cup of flour and a half a cup of cornmeal. So I had to make sure that that was actually flour and not white cornmeal. So I'm just testing to make sure the consistency is flour, and it is. And again, washing my hands is everything. So that was 1/2 cup in the bowl, and this is the second loose 1/2 cup of flour. It's just me, so I'm not making too many dumplings, and I don't want anything to go to waste. So then I took the same 1/2 cup measuring cup and got 1/2 cup of yellow cornmeal. And again, it's loose, it's not packed. And y'all already know I'm the type of person I like to cook and clean as I go. Now, of course, as they taught me on the island, of course, you always use a pinch of salt, or when your ancestors say stop. I don't cook with salt, so I did, use about a teaspoon of salt, and then I also added salt to my water, which is on the stove, preparing to boil. Now, I grabbed about 8 ounces of cold water. I'm not going to use all the water, I think. I also wanted to add some flavor to my dumplings, so I remixed it and used about a tablespoon of curry in my dumpling mixture. And I just mixed all my dry ingredients together. Again, that is 1 cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of yellow cornmeal, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of curry. So I'm just mixing my dry ingredients together very, very well. I want to make sure that the curry and the salt is mixed throughout the flour and cornmeal so that I have an even dumpling. I'm going to slowly add in the cold water as needed. I want to mix it as much as possible with my fork before I actually have to get my fingers in there. Now, of course, you guys know on the island when they go in right with their hands. I'm not used to really cooking with my fingers or mixing food with my fingers, so for me, I think this was just easier. And with the fork, I was able to kind of just mash it and blend it around until, like I said, it was time. And as you can see, I'm turning the bowl as I mix with the fork. I will say I thought this was a hard process. This is my first time making boiled dumplings. I have made fried fritters before, or festival, as they call it on the island, which is also like hot water cornbread, where you mix the cornmeal up with a little milk, eggs, or what you have, and then you might fry it in grease. Some people just use water and butter. It's whatever you like. I actually wanted to add butter to my dumplings, but I decided not to. I wanted to keep it as authentic as possible. And yeah, again, using the fork made things a lot easier until I realized it was almost time to get my fingers in there. So what I decided to do, instead of putting this directly on my countertop or transferring it into a bigger bowl and making a bigger mess, I put the dough out on a piece of aluminum foil. My dough was really wet because I actually used a little bit too much water, so I think I did go back in with more flour. Let's see. Before I did that, I just made sure that the mixture that I had was all together. And then I seen a little bit in the bowl. Don't give me all that. Give me all that. It's sticking to my hand, so of course I needed flour. Gotta use that stomach for something. So of course, you know, in cooking 101, adding flour to your hand allows the dough to stick together versus stick to your hand. So and it's so funny because I'm looking back, I never just really squoze it with my fingertips because I guess I'm just not used to really using my fingertips. Ladies who have nails or wear nails often will understand, like, I'm not used to using my fingertips because I always have on nails. So it was just kind of awkward having to use my fingertips. But looking back at the video, I'm noticing what I am and, you know, I'm doing. So when I added the additional flour, it did make the dough come together quite well. Unfortunately, I never looked up at the camera and realized that you guys could not see what I was doing. But all I'm doing is just kneading the extra flour. I put some on the side of the foil, just kneading it in as I see fit. And just making that dough get to a thick, mushed consistency. Like a bread dough. Or dumpling dough. Now I'm starting to use my fingertips. Once I realized, like, hey, I don't have on nails, I can actually move this dough like Play-Doh in a sense. I started to use my fingertips. And then as I needed flour, as you can see, I just grabbed a little from the side of the foil, which made things a lot easier. I'm so excited. And also, even though I used the yellow cornmeal, the curry powder also turned my dough yellow. Of course, curry does stain. So that was cute. And of course, washing my hands consistently is a major key. I can't cook in a dirty kitchen or dirty countertop, or even, of course, dirty hands. It's just, I just never have. But I will say that the guys on the island, when they cook food, speaking of Cola Smith TV, J Bud the Baker, Larry with Miss Little's Kitchen, the Gray Socks, they all wash their hands. They have a lot of fresh water on deck, and they use it as they need. They are very clean, and they do wash their hands. I must say that. That's a good thing. So now I'm just gonna check on my water, and it is boiling and it is ready. Alright, so again, I'm washing my hands, I'm pumping soap in my hands because now I'm about to get ready to pull these dumplings apart, shape them, do the roll and press via Cola Smith, and drop them in the water. So let's see. Look at my dough. Look at my dough. My dumpling dough. I'm so excited. My water is boiling. So I'm gonna get some flour on my hands so that, of course, my hands, which are clean and dried, do not stick to the dough, or the dough does not stick to my hands. So just making sure all the ingredients in. I'm gonna thumb press them. I learned that technique from watching a guy off of YouTube, another YouTuber. But then of course the roll, and then press. Yes, thank you, Colas. Shout out to my boy for teaching me. Sykes also made me some dumplings. And dropped it in. I'm so excited. Now what I should, and what I learned, I should have had my fork ready for that first dumpling, because it did fall right to the bottom and stick to the pan, and a little of the dough actually stuck to the pan. But once I grabbed my utensils to kind of stir them around, it worked out. And I grabbed the first thing I seen, which was a knife. It kind of got stuck, but yeah. So the amount of dough that I use, or ingredients that I use, the 1 cup of flour, half a cup of cornmeal, actually made about 7 dumplings. When I got down to the last, I just kind of made 2 small dumplings. But I didn't want a lot of dumpling, and I knew it was just me. My son was not going to eat any, because you know how these kids are these days. They're very finicky, very picky. I don't want that. I don't know what it is. Whatever. I will also say, next time when I make dumpling, I'm going to do like a sweet potato, or a yam, or just have like some broth instead of water, or coconut milk. But my dumplings were bomb anyway, because again, I didn't want plain flour. I love the cornmeal inside, and the curry powder just set it off. So I think that was 5, and then these last 2 made 7. Roll it, gal, roll it, gal, roll. Yeah, brother. I'm so excited. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am so excited. And yeah, easy cleanup using the foil. Not a dish to clean up. I like that. Not a big mess. And then I just move them around so they don't stick. Also, I will say, next time too, I will add a little butter to my water, or even melt a little butter and add it to my dumpling. Let me know in the comments what you guys would add to your dumpling. Or do you just like flour and water and a sprinkle of salt? I mean, because with dumplings there are so many options. It's a dough. And so you can make sweet dumplings, you can make vegetable dumplings, you can make hearty dumplings, like even using, like if you were doing beef, you can use like beef broth, or turkey broth, or of course chicken broth, or any seasonings, garlic dumplings, honey dumplings. In my case, I did curry dumplings. But let me know what type of dumplings you want to see me make, and guess what? Your girl will try it, because I'm about that life. So now I'm preparing my rice. I didn't do regular white rice because I didn't have any coconut milk. So today what I did was my brown rice and quinoa with garlic. So I have this lemon and basil garlic that I'm also going to add, even though the quinoa says it has garlic in it. I love the brown rice and I love the quinoa. But if you know, brown rice does not have much of a flavor. The garlic did hit a little bit, but I love garlic. And I mean, what pairs better with curry and garlic? So, of course, babe, I gotta have my Maggi seasoning, baby. Curry chicken ain't curry chicken without Maggi seasoning. So what I did here was add about 2 tablespoons of butter, per tablespoon and a half, and then I added about a tablespoon of, not a tablespoon, probably a half a tablespoon of the garlic and basil and lemon is in oil as well. So I'm just kind of cooking now the garlic because I don't want it to be too powerful, the taste to be too powerful, but I want it to hit. So yeah. So it's pretty much done. It just needs to be heated up. You can steam it. You can actually put it in the microwave. I never have. And I don't think I never will. But never say never. So, of course, I like to go in and season my brown rice and quinoa. Because, like I said, it really does not have a flavor. So, I'm seasoning it with some Maggi seasoning, some sazon. Of course, garlic powder. And black pepper. And as y'all know, I do not cook with salt, so I just kind of like to make sure there's no lumps in the packaging, because you know it comes like one lump, it's in a bag. Let's keep it 100. So I just make sure that every piece of rice and quinoa is separated so it can get some heat. And once I do that, make sure the butter is melted, mix it throughout the garlic and butter in the bottom of the pan, and mix all the seasonings really well. Then I add a little water and bring it to a simmer. And no, y'all, I am not a cook, didn't go to culinary school. These are my choices, my decisions, just flavors that I like to taste in my mouth, different seasons I had in my house. The island is calling me. So this is just a remix, a remake, a retake, a replay. However you want to read it. It's just a redo, a retry. I lost all my footage last week when I made the curry chicken in my Dutch oven, the red pot that's on the stove. I fried it in the oil. I burned my curry, and I lost all my footage. So I'm so ready to go back to Jamaica. This is me bringing Jamaica into my kitchen with a remix. Now when I add this water, because it's hot already, I am going to do warm water. I'm not going to put cold water on a hot pan. That's just going to slow down the cooking. I want to bring it to a simmer. But of course, when I added the water to my flour and cornmeal mixture, it was cold water. If I was thinking, I would have took a half a cup of that boiling water from my dumpling and poured it over there. See, as I look back at my own video, thinking of things I could have done. So my dumplings are done, of course. So I know dumplings need to take anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes to boil through and through. I don't want to bite into a dumpling and it is dry on the inside, flour or different layers. You can see some dumplings I've had that. I don't like that. I want my dumplings soft and cooked through, not too tough and not too chewy. Look at that. Look at that. When I tell you my kitchen smelled amazing. So I wanted to go ahead and pull it out because I don't want my chicken to dry out. I don't want dry chicken. If I would have kept that chicken inside the air fryer, because it would have been inside with all the heat, it would have continued to cook and dry out. So I pulled the chicken out, just tried to let that pan cool off because I wanted to pull the pan out and put it on my stove. But as you can see, my juice was trying to run out of the ceramic dish and I wanted my juice. So let's taste it. It's so tender. Like, it's just fine. I couldn't even pick it up off the fork. It was just, it kept breaking up. Yeah, brother. I'm super excited. Fat girl happiness when you dance because you know you're about to eat. Yeah, brother. Do y'all dance when y'all get ready, especially something you've been craving? You know it's good when you only want to, because Cause you know it's hot. You just pull it right out of the air fryer and put it in your mouth. It is hot, but it is so good. And I'm so glad I flipped it, because when I flipped it, it actually just brought that juice up from the top that had kind of just dried because of the air fryer. When I flipped it, it brought that juice from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. Yes. The chicken was good. It was moist. My rice has come to a simmer or a low boil, so I think I'm gonna turn it down at this point. I should turn it down. Turn it down, chocolate. Talk to myself. I'm watching myself. I should turn it down. I knew it. So yeah, I turned that down. Because again, the rice is already done in the pack. You just want to bring it back. And what I mean bring it back is bring back the flavor, bring back moisture, bring back life into something that has been tucked away for quite some time. You just want to fluff it. So that's what I did. I fluffed it with flavors, I fluffed it with water, butter, Maggi seasoning, of course, and my dumplings. So I know also I've learned from the island, the guys have taught me that dumplings rise to the top. Once they start floating and fighting to see who's going to be at the top, then you know they're done. So the last two that I put in were still kind of struggling to get to the top. So I let them continue to boil. And I'm like, well, they're not breaking up. They're not falling apart. What harm is it? You can't outboil them. I mean, it's surrounded in liquid. So as I started to straighten my kitchen, I just went ahead and let my dumplings continue to boil on high. And yeah, just kind of wiped up a little bit. Now on the island, they'll be moving the fire logs with their bare hands from the fire. I can't imagine. I've seen them do it, so I can see it. But they'll start moving the fire logs away. That's how they actually turn the fire down, by removing some of the fire logs and moving them around to the ones that, you know, have kind of burnt out a little bit. Or, of course, if they want to turn the fire up, then they push the fire logs with the fire that is still lit up closer to the bottom of the pot. If I need to set a fire, I know how to turn it up and down. However, I don't do fires, because baby, this whole house will be burnt down. I don't even like to grill, but I can. And when I have to, I do. So yeah, my rice is ready. I brought that back, brought it to a rolling simmer, and then I just turned it down, you know, just so I wouldn't just turn the fire completely off really, really quick. And taste that. It's hot, baby. It's hot. Yeah, brother. Look at my dumpling. I'm so proud of them. Look at them 7. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of me. For one, I cleaned up my whole house. Well, I keep saying my whole house. The rest of my house is not dirty. But my bedroom, my bathroom, vacuumed, put away clothes, did laundry, washed my bed linen. And then I had the energy to make dumpling. But again, I'm loving my recipe because it only made 7, and that's all I needed. It actually lasted me. I'm editing today on Tuesday. I made that on Sunday. So I had dinner for Sunday, lunch for Monday, dinner for Monday night, and then I just ate the last dumpling, piece of chicken and rice for my lunch today. Okay, so I'm washing dishes. I'm about to stop this voiceover and get ready to play. So again, pardon the static that you guys are hearing. Is actually from my charger, so I do apologize. let me take a picture of this. My flour cornmeal dumpling with curry, boneless, skinless thighs, and brown rice with quinoa. Father God, thank you for this food that I have prepared. Father God, thank you for the nourishment of my body. Father God, let it be good for the nourishment of my body. Father God, let it taste good. Father God, give me makeup on the plate. Father God, I give thanks and praises and all the glory go to you. Just name I pray.
No more, keep up, can't stop. Ooh, singer, yeah, bad man, killer. Some move, some rock, some liquor. Move, you wet, keep up, girl, jazz, drop, quicker. Make a dance couple times, girl, I take my picture.
Up in the palace, yeah, cupping and puffing the chalice. Huffing and puffing the palace. She buffer and buffer the galley. I like nothing them up in the garage. Fuck out a couple of the damage. Just bring a couple of Karens and bring a couple of Sharons. Bust up a cannon. Bust up a cannon.
My dumplings are so soft, so moist, cooked through. The curry is coming through the dumpling, of course, and the chicken. My rice is seasoned to perfection. Everything is just so good to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, like, comment. Definitely send me a comment and let me know how you cook your dumplings. What should I add to my dumplings next time? What do you think about me cooking the curry chicken in the air fryer? Do you guys do brown rice or just white rice? But here again, I got my cucumber water next to me. Everything is just so good, so amazing. I'm your girl, the Real Milk Chocolate. Like, comment, subscribe for sure, and definitely share this video. If you're on the island, off the island, want to go to the island, or somebody who loves curry, just reach out to your girl, because I'm here for it. Thank you again for watching. Mwah. Until the next episode.